Hey friends, welcome back to Jeep Trips. This is our road trip series from Bangalore to Northeast India. Today is day 2 of our journey. We traveled from Bangalore to Hyderabad on day 1, had an overnight halt over there in Hyderabad, and now starting the next leg from Hyderabad to Vizag. The distance from Hyderabad to Vizag is close to 615 kilometers, and we expected to complete in roughly 12 hours. We got a full tank done at one of the Coco Indian Oil petrol bunks in Hyderabad, took the Nehru Outer Ring Road at Gachibowli and started driving towards Vijayawada. Well, this is a very beautiful patch of road, but there are speed limits over here to contain rogue drivers, so even if you want, you really can't put on the throttle. The speed limits on the extreme 2 lanes on the right is 100 kilometers per hour, and the minimum speed here is 80 kilometers per hour, whereas on the left 2 lanes the speed limit is 80 on the maximum side and 40 on the minimum. The outer ring road is a 158 kilometer 8-lane expressway that encircles Hyderabad. It gives easy connectivity between NH44, NH65, NH161, NH765 and NH163. Driving in the early morning hours is always fun. You can beat the traffic, get a lot of distance covered in a short time. We stopped briefly at around 8 a.m. after exiting the outer ring road towards NH163, and it was around 8:15 a.m. at that point. We thought of finishing our breakfast in the car. As cup noodles is our staple, we don't spend too much time having our breakfast, so we just pour boiled water into the noodle cups and we're done. We usually carry 2 liters of hot water on our trips. We boil the water using our own electric kettle at the hotel room. We also have a rice cooker, a very tiny one that we use to boil rice that we can have for lunch at the daytime. Earlier we mentioned that for lunch we carry the packed food, the ready-to-eat ones like rajma masala, chole and stuff like that, so it's quite easy. You really don't have to look out for a hotel, get down and get into all of the hassle of ordering lunch. You can just stop at a nice place with some shade and then finish your lunch and then move on. That also helps us save a lot of time. We started at around 6:30 in the morning today. Usually get up at around 5:30 in the morning, do our boiling of water, cooking rice and stuff like that, packing lunch in the different boxes. So we take around an hour to do all of those basic stuff before we hit the road. Today is a typical lazy day for us. We started in a decent time, didn't really started really early, but yeah, 6:30 is quite decent, I would say. Now the road condition, as you can see, from Hyderabad to Vijayawada is excellent. We did not have any problem. We reached Vijayawada by 11 in the morning. However, the traffic in the city had already built up by then, so it took us almost an hour and a half to cross the city of Vijayawada. By the time I crossed Vijayawada, it was almost 1 p.m. and lunchtime, so we almost burned almost half tank of the fuel. So we stopped for a refill, pulled over and used the brake for finishing our lunch as well. Our next milestone was Rajamundry. The idea is to take the Rajamundry bypass. For this we plan to take the Godavari Fort Bridge from the place called Kovuru. Now there's a toll gate at Kovuru which is run by the Andhra Pradesh state. So we heard that there usually is a long traffic at the Kovuru toll bridge. before we can bypass the Rajamundi city. So let's see whether we encounter the traffic or not. Stay tuned for more updates. Luckily, the traffic was very lean because we started our journey quite early in the day, and most likely we avoided a lot of the traffic snarls at the small towns leading up to Vijayawada. As you can see, there is still very few vehicles on the road, and the weather is clear. It's a beautiful drive. This is arriving at the Kisara toll plaza between Hyderabad and Vijayawada. There you are. We are at the Kovuru toll plaza, and you can see there's kind of a huge traffic here. We are queued up behind trucks and many other vehicles that are stuck here. This is a manual toll gate, so your fast tags won't work here. We are ready with cash as well. if you're lucky enough to squeeze your way through the trucks, then you might make it a little sooner. Otherwise, it looks like there's going to be a slight delay over here. And finally, we have crossed Kovuru and approaching the Godavari Fort Bridge. The view from this bridge on the both sides of the river is beautiful. It was almost 4 p.m. by the time we crossed the Godavari Fort Bridge, and bypassing Rajamundry city, this road took us straight to AH45. From here, it's another 190 kilometers to Vizag. So by the time we reached the hotel, it was around 8 p.m. Because we had booked a hotel by the beach and not along the highway, we had to spend some extra 30 minutes or so to figure out the exact route. So by the time we reached the hotel, it was 8 p.m. at night, and we were totally exhausted and hungry as wolves. Luckily, they served tea and dinner for us in the room within 15 minutes of ordering. After dinner, soon we crashed into our beds and woke up early the next day for our next leg from Vizag to Bhubaneswar. So see you again on the day 3 video. Thanks for staying with us, and do subscribe to our channel.